you want to lead off, or you want me to say something?
About Jeffrey Epstein's list?
Yeah.
Well, my main comment, but first of all, there's no news here. The fact that there's, not likely going to be any further investigation or criminal charges is just par for the course. But I just want to say, like, for me personally, the most disgusting person of all of it to me is Alan Dershowitz.
And we're going to play that clip right now.
Alan Dershowitz is the most disgusting, lechy,
and he's so guilty.
He's so disgusting.
So
and you
guilty.
know what? It is so, apropos that he is the person that is going to be representing Israel in the International Court of Justice as they're being sued for, violation of the Genocide Convention.
Thank you so much, Willie. Great to see you,
Willie.
and Happy New Year as well. Guys, make sure you smash that like button. But yes, there is no question.
So that's just thing. And granted, he had the highest amount on the list. No doubt about it. And of course, he was Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer. Mm-hmm. And so it does make sense that he would travel with him or whatever. But it's not just that.
Yeah, this is the actions of a guilty man. Here we go.
The allegation against you was that Epstein forced then minor Jane Doe number 3 to have sexual relations with you, and that also you were an eyewitness to sexual abuse of other minors by Epstein. You have been out there vigorously defending your name, your honor, and denying these allegations fiercely. And I want to give you a chance now that it's come out in writing tonight to get your reaction.
Well, first of all, the woman who accused me has now stated categorically that she may have misidentified me, confused me with someone else. And these documents, if all the documents are revealed, will prove categorically that she did misidentify me, that I never met her, never heard of her, never spoke to her. And I can prove it by independent means. I have all my travel records. I have all my television appearances. I can prove that I couldn't possibly have been anywhere near any of the people who were involved in this. I was Epstein's lawyer. Of course, I flew on his plane with Ken Starr, with Roy Black, with other lawyers. We flew to meetings with the U.S. attorney, with the state attorney. And so people have to be very careful about what they're believing and when it happened. And for example, as soon as Epstein was shown to be what he was, I ended my personal association with him completely. But I maintained a legal relationship with him. I've represented some of the worst people in the world and continue to do so. That's my life. And of course, I represented Epstein. Now, the one point I do want to make is that I understand all the feminist groups and the radicals who think this is the worst thing in the world, that anybody ever had any contact with Jeffrey Epstein. Where are all those radical feminists when it comes to the Hamas rapes of young Jewish girls, sexual abuse, beheadings? They are quiet. They are silent. The incredible hypocrisy of the Me Too movement. Me Too, except if you're a Jew. If
I loathe that. And obviously, when you divert the attention, is because you know that you're guilty. And while he very well might have alibi for one of the people making accusations that maybe misidentified him or whatever, there were multiple people that specifically spoke about him getting massages at Epstein's place in Palm Beach when Epstein wasn't even there. Okay. So, for Dershowitz to switch it over to Hamas, you only do that when you're guilty as sin.
Guilty as sin.
And he's so disgusting. And Travers, thank you. I will never get that mental image
Travers,
out of my head. Thank you for that.
Leave it to the Irishmen to always come up with the dirtiest dirty.
But yeah, no, Dershowitz absolutely to me is the most disgusting of all of them.
Double K, love you.
Yeah,
thank you so very much. Really means a lot.
And the truth is, it's nothing remotely surprising. We knew that it was him. We knew that it was Clinton. We knew. I'll tell you who I thought was interesting. Now, granted, it was Kate Blanchett was on the list for once flying on the plane. However,
well, we are going to play that clip real quick. It's
Which
very
clip?
quick, but this is going to show you guys exactly who's on the list.
Okay. What is your sense of the 200 names? How many of these people are just guilty by association? And how many people of the 200, again, not talking about the ones on the screen, actually have some culpability here and should be concerned?
Well, look, the the vignettes that are being portrayed of life in that house in Palm Beach and on the island, and the women, the role of the women, actually, who are not household names, but who were working to bring in other women for sexual massages with Jeffrey Epstein, many of them children. To me, that is really, really disturbing. And I do have questions as to why there are not criminal investigations and charges.
That's a very good point.
Well, we know why. There's not criminal investigations and charges because once you start down that road, it leads to people that will not be prosecuted. So there's no point in going there.
So one of the people whose name is on that list, which is very interesting, if you've been paying attention, is Leslie Wexner. And who is Leslie Wexner? Well, he just happens to be the biggest financial contributor to Harvard University. And he is the person who says that everyone is an anti-Semite and needs to basically be thrown out. And we will get to Claudine Gay, which of course he and Bill Ackman and a few other individuals led a crusade to get that woman out of Harvard.
You see, it's all just a distraction to distract you from what they've done. Just like Dershowitz just did, like that. That's what all of this is. It's like, oh, look, they're anti-Semitic. Don't look at us. Don't look at the pedophiles over here.
But you know, the bigger thing here that I think ultimately comes to the surface when you're dealing with people at this level, everyone knows each other. And everyone is in some way.
Once connected. You're within the plutocracy like that, they're all interconnected. Now, when I see somebody like Kate Blanchett or Leonardo DiCaprio on the plane, I don't think anything of it. I think they were invited to some party somewhere and he gave them a ride. That's all I think.
Being on the plane and being on the island.
Oh, 1,000%.
Let's be clear about
and when
that.
you're and it's very different if you're in a picture with somebody or you're always with somebody.
Correct.
Okay. You can be, because wealthy people travel in the same social circles. There's no reason to think that there's anything nefarious about somebody like Leonardo DiCaprio being at the same party as Jeffrey Epstein. It doesn't mean anything in and of itself. But I got to tell you, Dershowitz, and the fact that, you know, what you're saying about the guy who owns Harvard Corporation, basically now, of course,
might as well call it that, right?
Right. Redirecting our attention to the anti-Semitism claim, just like Dershowitz just did.
But don't you just completely devalue the meaning of it when you do something like that?
Well, you do that, but it's so offensive the way, and he has and Dershowitz has the audacity to sort of use this sort of like feminism card, like, where are you women speaking out against the brutal attacks on Hamas? We did. We spoke out. It was horrible. We're now on to the fact that you're a pederast. So we can walk and chew gum at the same time. That's what I think.
There is going to be
like, okay, we get it.
There's going to be no way to talk your way out of it. That's what it's going to come down to. And the more...
Thanks, Danny.
Thank you very much, Danny Wyndham. Really means a lot. You guys have been amazingly consistent, and this really means a lot to us.
I almost feel like because, you know, like we don't have a lot of people, but we have really good people. And I really do appreciate that.
People,
we have the
really
best people. And I feel like it's you guys really know that, you know, we're really trying to do good things here. And the fact that we were demonetized for so long, I feel like you guys are being very sensitive and helping us sort of like make up for some of that.
Well, you know, we're for good things and against bad things.
We're against bad things.
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.